Hi everyone, we'll just wait for a minute or so. Let everybody who had connected connect back, and then we can start off with class. I'm just waiting for a minute or so, and then we can start with class. In the meanwhile, you can keep your Photoshop and the resource files which we had kept ready. Pavan, what I could do instead is I'll just revert back to your query on the chat box. In the meanwhile, that people are logging in. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I think we got some 57 people. Yeah, okay. So I think we are good to start, or should we wait for more time because it's already 11:04. I think we can begin. We can begin, I believe. Okay. So let's quickly move forward. We had looked upon three main magic tools last time. It was auto color, auto tone, and auto contrast. And a couple of y'all have also reverted back to me with the design file, the resource file worked upon. I was really happy to see so many responses very first day. A few of y'all have also merged two effects together. So I was happy to see that creativity coming up, that let's try auto color and auto tone together, or try auto color and auto contrast together. So I was really happy to see that, and I even reverted back to most of, I think, all of y'all, okay, who had emailed to me. So yeah, that's a really good practice that you can keep on. That you should keep practicing simultaneously, and that's how we can go about with things. Now today I will be looking at a variety of Ma'am, actually my problem, it is saying that it could not initialize Photoshop because the file is already in use or left open. What should you do? Surbhi, maybe you can try restart. Try a restart. That should be helpful. Okay, fine. So let's begin. Let's begin. We'll not waste more time here. Let's quickly go ahead. So what I was suggesting was we can look upon the resources file one more time. Here is the resources file. And today we'll be looking at adjustment layers. So what exactly is adjustment layers and how you can use various kinds of adjustment layers, we'll be looking at that section. Okay, excuse me. There are a variety of kinds of adjustment sections or adjustment layers that you have. Let's open any one of the files which are there on the resources section. Um, just give me a second. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's open this U file. You'll find this U file on your resources folder. Take this file, drag and drop it to Photoshop, open the U file. It's a rose file which was there, this file. Just that once you're ready with the file, just let me know. Thanks Nishita, Anushka and Jeet. Waiting for others. I've got some 66 people. Let's have more people replying. Thanks Ushma and Anushka, Pavan, Arya. Okay, great. So you got like quite a few people ready. Let me just first very quickly, explain you what exactly am I going to do. I want to change the color of the rose. Okay, the color of the rose, which is initially red right now, I want to change it to a different tint or a different overall color. So there is this feature called as hue saturation, which is there in Photoshop, which will allow you to change the overall color tint of your image as well as how saturated the image is. So what you can do is, I'll give you very firstly, see, whenever you are working with adjustments, a good idea is you should duplicate the layer and keep. So if you remember last time, duplication is Control J to create another copy. So here is my layer 1, which is a copy layer of the background layer. So you should be able to see two layers up here. One is background, which is the original image. I did Control J to duplicate it and put it as layer 1, right? Okay, now I want to show you how to add an adjustment to this layer. So adjustment, have a look at my mouse, okay, which is right below background. Okay, go down, move to this option of adjustment, which is available here. This adjustment option which is available, create a new fill or adjustment layer, click on this option. Okay, click on this option. Maybe you can zoom in to see where I have clicked. Okay, it's the third option up there. Okay, and select U. You'll find U saturation out here. Select U saturation here. Click on this option, U saturation. Okay, now you will find, when I click on hue saturation, what happens is that it will create a different, what do you call it, a palette of multiple colors for me. Okay, so from here, what will I do is I will choose the color which I want to make my rose of. So let's say, for example, I'll move this from here. Okay, let me just quickly slide it to a different color. Let's say, maybe a yellowish shade or greenish shade or, bluish shade, whichever shade I like. Okay, observe the moment I slide my color, what is happening is my rose ka color behind is modifying. Let me just move on this side and show. Say for example, I'm just quickly moving. This is the original shade. U0 will give you the original color. Okay, I'm moving on the right hand side now. And I can see the shade of the color is changing to pinkish, bluish, and then you can see the color movement. Correct. Okay, so this is basically why hue is used for. You want to change the tint or overall look and feel of the image. You want to add it to a different color altogether. So if you want to do this, hue is the saturation option for you. Also here, if you see, saturation tab is given, right? Suppose if I move through the saturation tab, what is going to happen? Let's say, for example, I'll make this original color again. If you don't know how to make it original, just keep the hue as 0. It will give you original color. When you don't do anything to the hue remains 0. That's the original tint or original shade of your image. There is saturation, which can resaturate the image, or you can say, when you speak of saturation, you are trying to, what do I call it? Give more color or more brightness to the brighter areas. So let me just quickly, resaturate the image. You can see that the shade is becoming more bright, which is above the layers panel. Yeah, you can do it from there also, Anushka. Yeah, but then there you will not be able to find you, and hence that's why I was like, you rather use this one. There is one more way, Anushka, if you want to reach to the section of adjustments. Okay, up here you will be able to find it in image, I believe. Just give me a second. Here you will find new adjustment layer. In the layer tab, new adjustment layer. From here also you could reach hue saturation. Okay, so in case if you're not able to reach that third icon there, that is the shortest way of reaching. But if you don't want to reach it from there, you can reach it from the one above layers panel, will work. You can reach it from layer, new adjustment layer, hue saturation, that will also work. Okay, so suppose you've now reached hue saturation from here, it will open the same tab, okay, and you can go and you can give it a hue color there as well if you want to go about with it. Right, okay, so now I have added a hue saturation here, and let me just increase or decrease the saturation to show you. Reduced saturation will give you a duller shade, more black and white shade. Let's have a look. If I give it lesser saturation, the color changes to black and white, close to black and white. And you can see here I'm adding more colors to the same image. This is the original image, adding more colors or more saturation level. So this is adding more colors to the same image. Okay, whereas when I am, this is original image. This is my original image. 0, near 0 is my original image. Correct. Okay. Also, you have lightness. Okay, lightness is if you want to make the image more brighter. So you can just go in the lightness section, add more light. Okay, but the more light you are adding, the more white shade is happening. So that means what? If I make full light, it will become full white. Similarly, if I make it least light, it will become full black. So, I want a color which is, so I want to show the flower also, but I want more of black. Something like this. Maybe, on top of this, I want to write some white color text. So I just want the tint to be little black so that my white text is evident on this. So I want to do something like that. Then this is the reason why, you can use lightness. Okay. And a part of that, I mentioned about hue for changing the color. I mentioned about saturation. So these are 3 things that you can try out. Also here you can find color shades. So you can quickly, if you want a specific color, you can move it from here as well. So that will be useful for you. Right? Okay. So you can either choose this one or this one, however you want to go about with it. Clear? Okay. Also here you'll find master panel. If I just want to add more red or more yellow or more green, specific color. So I can be like, okay, more of red. See, shades of red. Correct. Okay. You will observe the color. Even if I'm moving it from here to here, the color is not really changing much. Correct. That's because you've added a red shade. Ideally, what you should do is you should go to masters, and from here you can choose, the color changement, which color you want. Correct. Okay. So whichever color you like, you can choose it from here. Okay. Question. If I want to see the original shade back, again, you've got eye colors here. Correct. You can eye on, eye off. So this is the original image, and this is the color change image. So you can choose which image you are liking more, and you can add based on that. Correct? Yes. Are we clear with hue saturation? So I can go to the next one. Great. Okay. So I can see multiple yes. Okay. So let's move to the next one. Next one is something called as vibrance. Okay. Vibrance is one of the layers. So you can pick up the vibrance file from there. I'll just close this file. I'm closing this file. We'll open the vibrance file. Give me a second. There's a file called vibrance here. You can just open this file. Okay. Drag and drop it to Photoshop. And this is the file. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see the file. This is the same file as the one on your Photoshop resources folder. Just open this file, and up here you can use something called as a vibrance adjustment layer. Acha, what is the vibrance adjustment layer? When can you use it? So vibrance adjustment layer is basically if you want to boost the duller colors of the image. Okay, so in your image, there are some parts which are bright and some parts which are not that bright, dull. Okay, so if you want to boost the duller part of the image to bright, okay, you can use vibrance for that. Okay, now the great thing about increasing vibrance is that it will focus on the less saturated areas and it doesn't really affect those colors which are already saturated. That means what? The bright colors remain as it is and remaining duller colors, duller shades will become bright and enhancing the overall look and feel of the image. Okay, see what happens is if the image part is already bright and you over bright it doesn't look good. So what you want to do is you want to kind of create a equalization in your image wherein the duller shades of the image need to brighten up. So for that you can use vibrance. Again, thumb rule, try to create a duplicate layer first and then work on that layer so that in case if there's anything you can then eye on off and see the difference. Control J to duplicate the layer, converting it to layer 1. Now what I wanted to do is add vibrance on it. So I'll go the other way, long cut way, go layer, go to adjustment layer here, adjustment layer, select vibrance. So here I can go and I can add a vibrance shade, or else if you want to tweak with the how can I call it, settings the way I did it for the color, you can also add vibrance from there. So let's just try that option out as well. Here it is, this option I had selected from your adjustment layer below. The way I went for hue saturation, same way I will go, I'll select vibrance. Okay, so here I get a slider for myself and I can go and I can increase the vibrance shade. Okay, I'm increasing the vibrance. Okay, and similarly with the saturation level as well, I've just increased the vibrance. Let's see the effect of change. Eye off, eye on. Can you see the change? You will be able to see it on your computer, I believe. Try it out. Yeah, when you try it on your laptop or your computer, you'll be able to see a very visible difference with vibrance on and off. Okay, vibrance, what does vibrance do is basically the area which is not that so the original image had a little duller shade around and vibrance has added a little color to it. Okay, so that's basically what vibrance does, is it will not affect the areas which are already bright, it will affect the areas which are dull and it will enhance that part. Okay, so you can just remember it that way. Vibrance adjusts only the duller colors of the image. Clear? Okay, also there is saturation part here, so you can just maybe double click on this to get back this section. Okay, acha, good tip. If suppose, for example, I have already erased this, like the vibrance section has gone. Now I want to get it back. You double click on this adjustment icon up here. So there is an adjustment icon, also called as a layer thumbnail. Nishita, yes, it does. But what happens is, in case if you merge these layers ahead, So Nishita, there's an option called as merge layers. Okay, wherein what you do is you will merge your vibrance layer with the layer 1. And then it will be a little difficult for you to, move around with that image. So it's always a good idea whenever you are applying any adjustment, create a duplicate layer and apply it on that. So, it's like a backup for you. Okay, like what I mean to say is I could go at a later stage and merge this. I'll show you, Nishita. I want to finish these adjustments first and then I can show you something called as masking, which is a strategy that most people use when they use adjustment layers. Okay, so at that time I think the idea of putting up a separate layer makes much more sense.
No. Only one sad song I listen and that's fucking.
Okay, cool, fine, no problem. For others who asked, who were figuring out what the question was, is there a need to duplicate the layer? Because if you choose vibrance, it any which ways creates a new layer, which is true. But I want to show you some more strategies. So hence, idea of duplicating layer will make more sense. Okay, fine. Vibrance part I hope is clear to everybody. So I can move to the next section. Yes, great. Okay. Let's move to a simpler section now. We can actually, I can use it with the same image only. If you want me to create a new image, I can do that. But the idea is if I have the same image, it will be, I believe, a little more useful. Or let me see if I can arrange another image. Let's try it on this image. Maybe U4 is the image I'm picking up, or let's use the levels image. That's better. Let's pick up the levels image. Levels image, drag and drop it on Photoshop here. Okay, you can close this file. You don't require this file, and you can drag and drop the levels image on Photoshop. Okay, now by the time the levels image is being dragged and dropped, what is the usage of this levels tool? So the levels tool actually adjusts or is used to adjust the tonal range and the color balance of your image. So what you want to do is you want to kind of change the intensity level of your image. So each image has a bright area, a not so bright area, and the dark area. Like for example, in my case, this part is the bright area, also called as the highlight area. Okay, this part is a mid-tone area because I can see the image and there is a, I can say, partly light being thrown on the image on this section of the image, because if you look at this, I can say that maybe possibly the light of the image is coming from this section. Okay, the sun might be at this direction, and hence this area is the brightest area. Okay, followed by this area which is slightly bright, and if you see this corner of the image, this corner is not so bright, hence I can say that the sun might be on that side. Correct. Okay, so this is a little darker area of the image, also called as the shadows of the image. So basically there are three parts. There is highlights, midtones, and shadows. Okay, and the image compromises of highlights, midtones, shadows depending on where the light is being thrown from. Okay, so the area which is directly exposed to the light is called as the highlight area. The area on which the light is slightly there is called as the midtone area, and then there is something called as the shadow area, which is like almost no light or darker area of the image. Now when I do levels, what happens is I am trying to adjust these three together. Okay, so that's basically how I would want to do it. So let's just quickly try out the levels part. Okay, quickly going here, same thing, Control J. Background is the layer. I'll duplicate it quickly, Control J, and then I will try to apply an adjustment up here. Select levels. Okay, you will be able to find a levels option. Click on levels here. You can see this is the image levels, right? Okay, now what you can do is you can move these sliders from here to a lighter shade. Can you see the image effect is changing? Okay, this is the original one. I can change it from the shadow section also. I can increase the shadows from here. I can just go and be like, this is more shadows. More shadows. Look at this. This is original. This is original. Okay, this is more of shadows. More of shadows. Okay, I can increase shadows even more. This is even more shadows. Okay, reducing shadows effect. If I just want to add a little bit of shadow effect, so this is, what I can do. Okay, this is midtones effect. This is highlights effect. So let's go here. This is highlights. Add more highlights, more light. Akshat, okay, so see, look. There are three parts. Okay, one, this darker or the black color dot that you can see is the shadows part. Okay, my graph is actually showing me how much of shadows, how much of midtones, how much of light is there in my image. This is the original image. Okay, Akshat. Now what I want is, look, the very first dot is the shadow dot. The second dot is the midtone, and this dot is the light. If you want more light on the image, okay, now there is a difference in light and brightness. Understand that. I'm throwing more light on the image, means I'm getting the sun more closer to the image. Remember it that way. Okay, if I get the sun more closer to the image, let's say for example the sun is here and I'm pushing it closer to my image, I'm bringing the sun close to my image, what is going to happen is my image is going to bright up at a certain area. So let me just increase the or reduce the space between the light and my image. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm increasing the distance between the light and my image, so my image is getting more bright. Okay, also observe, not all the image is getting bright, only the sun is getting closer to your image. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing in the levels. Now if I want the shadows to become more evident in the image, so what I can do is I can pull the shadows closer to the graph. Shadows closer to the graph. So what is happening, the image is getting, so the shadows are getting more evident in the image. And then there is something called as midtones. So this is the midtones. The graph ideally represents how much of midtones, highlights, and shadows are present in the image. Are we clear? Yeah. So what you can do is you can actually increase the shadow effect or mid-tone effect or highlight effect of the image by using the levels panel. So you can re-customize it. So suppose if you want to use some presets, here are some examples of presets that you can use. Suppose for example, I just want to lighten the shadows, or I just want to make the midtones bright or midtones dark. RGB is better, Mehek. You also have other options like only red. So I want to enhance only the red side of the image or only the green side of the image. So this is how much of red content is there. So I'm highlighting more of red. See, the image gets a little redder. Similarly, if I go for the green section, so I could highlight the green. So image goes into the green tone. Okay, Mehek. So overall, if you want to do it, overall select RGB. Individually, you can use red, green, blue if you want to make it individually look good. So you can actually, modify a lot there. It's all about experimentation, Mehek. Photoshop is a tool wherein I can tell you what each tool does, but how exactly you should use it would depend from image to image. Okay. And there's no end to learning. I mean, you can always try. Pavan, it should happen. I'm not sure what issue you're facing. Does level affect the saturation? Zara, it technically doesn't. Okay, saturation is completely different. When you say saturation, your image is getting duller or brighter. Okay, but when you say levels is how far is the light from your object or from your artwork. Okay, cool, no problem. So let's move forward with this. So I have direct options also. Suppose if I want to make the image lighter, so I just click on lighter. So my image is slightly lighter. Okay, so this is like my original image, slightly lighter image. This is direct preset. Okay, little darker. So this is darker. So this is like the original image. This is the darker effect of the image. Correct? Okay, you can also preset. You can't say only use, but yeah, that's one of the main uses of the, you can say, effect, is that you want to adjust the source of light. Okay, but that is in case of if I want to increase the highlights. Okay, when I say shadows, you can also enhance the shadows, right, of the image. So you can remember it this way, Akshat. If you want to modify the highlights or the shadows or the midtones of any image, you can use levels. Okay, here is midtones brighter. So the midtones are more bright. This is without and this is with. Are we clear with the levels part? Okay. Fine. So most of us are clear. I'm just checking on the chat box if there's anybody else who wants to ask anything regarding anything so far. Any queries so far? Okay. Fine. So I think we are clear with these options of levels. So we've done levels. Let's move to curves. Okay. The next section is curves. So let me just quickly. What are output levels? Where is the option? Okay, these ones 0 to 255. So you can actually modify this, Mehek. Have a look. If you are on the green shade and you are saying output level 100, it's actually increasing this. So this is like the effect. 1 second, let me just show it to you. Suppose this is blue effect, right? And I'm saying output level. So each color, if you remember, Mehek, I had mentioned, is a shade from 0 to 255. So I'm increasing the content of green in an image by adding output level, suppose 150. Okay, so this is blue. So output level 150 out of 255. So I'm adding more of blue to the image and seeing what the effect should be. So you can add output levels from here directly if you don't want to, move around with the slider here. Okay. Yeah, fine. So let's go ahead. I'll close this levels image. Right, and we'll quickly move to try out curves. Let's see if we have any Okay, we don't. So we'll pick up this U mountain image. Pick up this image. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just adding this U mountain image on the Photoshop panel. Drag and drop. Just one sec. Yeah, bring the mountain image here. And what we can do is we can go about with understanding how curves function. So what exactly is a curve? So if you very firstly, I'll just duplicate it and show it to you. Control J here to duplicate. Right click, add adjustment. You find curves. Correct. Now what does curves do? So like the levels adjustment, if you want to adjust all the tones proportionally to your image, what you can do is you can use curves. So what exactly will curves help you with? So curve adjustment will actually let you choose the section of tonal scale that you want to change. So what happens in the level graph is you can see the upper area, right? So the area which is up usually represents highlights, lower area represents shadows. So what you can do is you can change these adjustments, correct your tone on your own. You can use curves. I'll show you how to do it. This is my image and this is the same graph that you could see earlier, levels graph, right? Now I want to change this graph and you can see there is this line on the top. This is my curve line. Okay, what I can do, I can adjust this curve line to make modifications in my image directly. So how do we do that? Suppose for example, here is my image and I want to make adjustment to curve. Just give me a second. So what I can do is I can just quickly, you can see I'm modifying the graph. Okay, I'm adding points and enhancing my image. Okay, where I feel I want to modify, I will just create or you can say chart from there. So see, I want to highlight this part. I want to kind of make it better. So the more I pull it towards black, it's going to get more saturated. Okay, so this is basically the adjustment that I've done. I can definitely make more adjustments. Like I can make this even more up and I can get a different color image altogether. But it's all upon how you want the image to get modified. Okay, so this is like without the effect. This is like with the effect. Okay, so I can go and I can modify it at any angle however I want to modify it. Okay, I will just quickly select that point and I'll modify it. So I can just quickly suppose for example if this is my image, this is more darker shade of the image. Okay, original image is when it's diagonal. Okay, original image is when it's diagonal, and after that whatever modifications I want to put to the image I can add. So this is like my effect. So let me just quickly show you original and my effect. Correct, the brighter shade of it. Okay, similarly here I can go and I can make it like maybe somewhat like this. So what's going to happen is this is original, this is my effect. Correct, yes. It's completely on how you want to tweak this curve line of yours. And this is the highlight, midtone and shadow chart which you were seeing even in the level section. I'm just modifying it on my own using the curve. Saturation is for the entire picture. Yes, yes, yes. See, why do you use curves in short is basically you want to correct your tone of the image. So if the image contrast is kind of off the image, either you can say it's too high or too low. So what you can do is you can correct it using this curve section. Also, see why people would use curves instead of layers is that instead of levels is that you want to be kind of more selective towards what adjustment you want to keep. So small section of adjustment if I want to do, I can use curves. What are these tabs on the left of the graph? So these are color pickers, Mehak. If I want to add a certain color, like suppose a little bit more of, I want to see which color is where. Like for example, if I see this green is here on the graph. So if I want to do any kind of modification on the green, you will be able to see where to find it. So suppose this one is here on the graph. The color on my graph. Okay, similarly, if I want to add color, reduce color, so these are like advanced tools which can help you out with the curves. See, the idealistic way is try it out. Again, if I want to kind of draw my own curve, so I can use a pencil and I can start drawing my own curve. Okay, I mean, like if you are good at it, you want to try out your own curve, you can just like a curve altogether. It's like your own curve, but yeah. The ideal thing is use the main
क्या
concept.
दिमाग की इडी है यार.
You trying to say something, Achal? 1 second. Yeah, maybe you can type down your response because your voice was really weird. Any other questions? Anyone wants to ask anything else? If no, you can just write down no doubts, so I would know that there are no doubts. Thank you so much, Arya, Mehak, Jeet. Great. Okay. Just on the chat, looking at any other responses if anybody has to ask. Good. So I think this much is clear. We have done levels, we've done curves. So what did we do so far? We'll just quickly, go through that part. I showed you what is levels, what is curves. I have to show you what is exposure, that is left. I've shown you what is vibrance. I've showed you what is hue saturation. Okay, so these are the things we have done so far. I have just like 3 minutes left for the meeting to end. Can we quickly reconnect on the meeting link? Quickly, if we could have, but before that, if you can, reconnect. But wait, I am not sure whether Rupal's taken attendance. Rupal, have you taken the attendance for today? So that I could ask them to reconnect on the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. So I think she's done that. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so just reconnect on the meeting link, everybody, so that I can, move forward with a little more 2-3 adjustments I'll show. And I think we can take class till 12 when we can then wrap up. Okay. Reconnect on the meeting link again.